Hi everyone, let's solve this problem on Leetcode, k's distinct string in an array. So in this problem, we're given an array of strings array and an integer k, and we want to return the k's distinct string presented in this array. And if there are fewer than k distinct strings, then we should just return an empty string. So let's look at the first example. So in this array, we see there are some multiple or duplicate strings presented in this array. For B and C, they appear twice. So what does the distinct string mean here is that we should just looking at D and A. And for the given parameter k equals to 2, we should just equal the second element A. And for this example, all the strings here are distinct, so we should just return the first one. And in this example, we see A appeared twice, so the distinct strings should just be A and B. However, we only have two distinct strings. So for the parameter 3, it is larger than the number of distinct strings that we have. So it should just return an empty string. So the key here is that we want to know the frequency of each string in this array so that we can just index the distinct arrays given the same order as they appear from this array. So there are multiple ways to do that. For example, the other cool trick in Python is using a counter function in the collections library. However, if we don't know that, we can also just do a very simple implementation using hash map in order to get the frequency of all the strings. So let's do it. So first, we initiate a hash map or dictionary, and then we loop through each element in this array. And if we have already seen this element before, and we will increment the count of this element. So it'll be dictionary I plus 1. And if it else, just initiate that key and value pair equals to 1. So now we have a dictionary. What's next? As we can see from this problem, we want the distinct string. So we know the counts of that. So we just want to filter this dictionary and get the string that only have the counts equals to 1. We can create a new variable called distinct, and it will just have the key and value pair. The k where its value is 1. In dictionary items, if v is equals to 1. So here, we cannot just return the case element directly here, because as you can see from this third example, there are cases where k is larger than this distinct array. So then we might get a index error. So we also need to account for the situation where it is fewer than k distinct strings. So we can use a if else in one line. So we return this if its length is larger than k. Else, we just return an empty string. And we run the test case. So the type of here, so items. Okay, so it works on the test case. Let's submit our answer. Okay, it works. And show you how you can do that from the counter. So instead of using the dictionary here, let's comment this out. We can from collection import counter. So we can just create a dictionary using the counter of array. You can see we're just basically a similar or the same answer, but instead of just multiple lines to create a dictionary, it's just a built-in counter function that we can either get the frequency of all the string from this array easily. So if you are familiar with this function, it will be very handy to use. Thank you very much for listening. See you next time.